resulting in a quarter rotation of the wings so the aircraft would spiral benignly to the desert floor. The pilot grimaced. Patience timer malfunction. Heading is now south-southwest at 202. Altitude approaching 27,000 and... Letters suddenly began appearing on the monitors in front of them. They spelled out, Apologies. Have this badass bird back to you in a few minutes. Please stand by. The sensor operator rose from her chair. NFW, she said. It wasn't a military acronym. The pilot depressed a button on his console and spoke into his headset. Flight Term 1, Ops. From high up on a mountain to the north, the reply was instantaneous. Go for Flight Term 1. Stand by to issue the command destruct signal on my mark. Do you copy? Ops, Flight Term 1 copies all and is standing by. Terminate, terminate, terminate. Roger. Flight Term 1 is transmitting on 428 megahertz at 1,000 watts. There was a lot of redundancy built into the flight operations of RPAs. If the patience timer wasn't working, the transmission of this signal should activate it. The pilot watched and waited for it to do just that. Flight Term 1, Ops, are you sure you're transmitting? No response from the article. A different voice, this one female, controlled and unemotional, streamed into the pilot's ear. Ops, Flight Term 2, we see Flight Term 1 signal. It's likely that the flight termination receiver has been disabled. Before the pilot could respond, he saw the indicator for weapons system activation flash green. Mother of God, the weapons system is arming. 23,000 feet below, Shiloah Roy's 17th birthday party was moving into high gear. The celebration at the Double J Ranch was beautifully decorated, as was Shiloah herself, sparkling in her turquoise and gold gown, the skirt of which billowed in layers from her tiny waist to her knees, and ended in a hem that was the same strawberry blonde color as the hair that flowed down her back in big, thick curls. She looked every bit the $1,000,000 her father had intended, despite her pleadings for a normal birthday party with just a small group of friends. This was to be her formal coming out, he told her, and people, important people, needed to see her. Shiloah wasn't stupid. She knew this party was more about him than her. It was a business meeting. It was 8:30 p.m. The molten-colored sun descended through the haze of wildfire smoke, leaving only the 1,000 bulbs strung over the dance floor to shine on Shiloah and her friends. Jesse Roy watched his daughter from the extravagant barbecue pit adjacent to the ranch house he had already spent a fortune remodeling. She was everything. And though she seemed ebullient tonight, she had become distant, even combative these last several months, seemingly unappreciative of all the things he had provided, including the elite St. Paul's School in New Hampshire she attended. Yes, their ranch was in the middle of nowhere, and she had only a few friends nearby, but she had the finest horses to ride and every electronic gadget she could possibly want. Was it drugs? He wondered. A boyfriend back east she was missing? Was it her mother? After 8 years, was Shiloah resenting him for her death? If only she would talk to him. The margaritas and beer were flowing, and the smoke from the Cohiba Esplendidos he and the other men were puffing almost equaled what was coming from the caterer's grill. As the song faded into its last notes, Jesse Roy walked across the grass to the expensive Las Vegas DJ and took the microphone from him. My friends, please join me out here on this beautiful lawn, he said in a voice bursting with pride. Tall and slender, he was bedecked in a summer beige suit that contrasted nicely with his kimosabi lizard skin boots. At 46, especially with his full, pomaded black hair, Jesse looked like the poster boy for what hard work and sweat could win you in life. More than 100 guests, about half from south of the U.S. border and the rest Shiloah's St. Paul's classmates and their super-affluent parents, stepped onto the grass. They formed two lines facing each other.